Yep. Hello, friends. Bit of an update. This is still damaged. I still got the moisture absorber there. The window's been open. It's been dry the last few days. The water got shut off. The landlord's aware. There was a report sent for repairs, so now I'm just monitoring for how much needs to be repaired. Probably this whole line and then down to about here. The sidewall surprisingly isn't as damaged. There's no buckling, but this third row here will probably have to get replaced. But some good news, as we know from the previous videos I talked about, this was like a low point and it was pulling up against the wall, and I had to move everything all across here. So I moved a lot of that stuff, moved my speakers, shifted some stuff around. Not all that bad. What I did was put the towers by my computer. So now my computer's got the tower speakers set up on either side of the front end. You can see I'm using a flashlight because this place is very dark. So the towers are now in that place. The Arndal boxes are all on one side. There was one in that corner, but now I've got them both over here. And the good news, so that was, oh my God, look at all the dust on top of there. God, I'm so embarrassed. Not really. So that was a low point in the corner, and we know that goes into my hi-fi room, which I was able to put back in order, thank God. We'll just walk through this space a little bit, let you know what's going on. I've got some metal guitarists and instrumental stuff going here, so let me turn that down. So the good news is the water damage that was here in the corner is basically isolated to the carpet, which you can see is discolored there a little bit. I sprayed it with some disinfectant before it dried up completely. Positioned everything back again. Took me about an hour or whatnot to get everything sort of dialed in and positioned and measured that way and that way. So the thing about the room that I'm finding is none of the walls are essentially square, and the floor is certainly not level. I think this speaker is actually higher than this one, but I wouldn't know that unless I used a laser level. And I don't have $300 to spend on one of those. So I did my best. It took a while and shifted it back into the right spot, put everything kind of back in the same places. Did some extra things with the wires, positioned correctly, everything, symmetrical. I moved the foam from the middle back to the corner, so now there's 3 layers of foam in this corner, well, in both corners. You can see that the foam wedges are there. Goes all the way to the floor, so that will help with taking out the boom in the corners from the base. My DIY panels and the gray panels are still on the side walls. I don't know what they're doing, but they're staying there because it sounds good to me for now. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. And speaking of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We know that this wall stayed intact this last little while. Need to do something about the lights there. Haven't finished the foam on the ceiling or fiberglass, because these aren't really foam. These are like a fiberglass kind of material. But what I did do is remove the glue and some of the padding from the wall that collapsed. So you can see that I've started reapplying the panels in the same pattern that it was in, because again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It matches the ceiling, it matches the opposite wall behind me. Some of the stickers are still in place. So I decided after some deliberating, what should I do with the panel? Should I change them? Should I move them? Do I put curtains? If I did anything else, it would have cost me additional money and time and effort, which I don't want to do. So I decided to just put it back as is. I added far more stickers this time. There are twice as many sticker pads on there in critical areas, except for the corners, which you can see the corners are already still on the wall, and I can still reuse those stickers. Some of them anyways. I will have to change a couple. There's a row of them missing here and one missing across the bottom. This one's from the middle. So I'm still doing that today. That's my game plan. I still have, another 7 to go. I have extras there that I'm just using to cover up the space underneath because they don't go all the way to the floor. It's not an equal amount of distance. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. And also, I haven't pointed it out. I haven't made mention, but the Star Crimson mono, premium mono amps are up on these new little risers that I DIY'd. I made them myself because they're really tiny amps. And they're essentially just XLR in, speaker in, power, or speaker out. I wanted to raise them up a little bit. Not because of the water. Has nothing to do with the flooding because they were already fine. I had them up on something. But because they're small amps and I don't want them in one place on one riser, I need to make smaller versions because they're small amps. Also, I believe that this size would accommodate something like the XTZs or the VTV or the AGD Productions, those small types of Class D sort of amplifiers. So these are not finished. They're cute for now. I won't tell you how I did it. You can ask me in the comments, or you can maybe figure it out if you're a DIY kind of person. You can figure out what I did. They're not finished. I have to do a couple of additional things to finish the intended design. It's something clever. It's probably unnecessary. This is probably good enough. I could probably paint them white or black, whatever. I don't know, probably white because I want to contrast with the system. But I have something creative that I want to do with them, and I just want to mention that real quick in passing. The review for them isn't ready. I haven't listened to them at length with any kind of intent on doing that. No notes, nothing like that, obviously. With my wall falling apart and the water and still being trained at my day job, there's been a lot of different things happening the last while. I haven't had the time to do them justice in terms of like subjective review. It's only going to be my opinions. I have nothing to measure them with. It's only in my room on these speakers. Take it with a grain of salt, like I do with everything that people just say in words without numbers and measuring and facts. You know what I mean? Like, it is a scientific community, let's be honest. As much as people like to rely on either pseudoscience or talking points or the idea of a placebo effect being effective, which it is statistically, I will give you that. For scientific reasons, the human mind is able to generate or synthesize or produce a type of opinion or result. I don't know how the brain works. A lot of people don't. Even neuroscience doesn't have it completely right. So I will say, to a margin of degree, subjective and placebo effect is effective to a certain percentile. Now, I don't know that that speaks to all of us because there's a lot more reliable and verifiable data to support some other means of measure and reporting. So I don't know which camp you're in, but I'm just saying I'm going to give my opinions, and that's the best I can do because I don't have any way to measure them, and I have nothing to compare them against. I don't have additional amps. I haven't bored anything else. Nothing's been sent out. I can't afford to buy anything new. I'm just a small sort of, low-numbered industry sort of person. I'm not in this place like Cheap Audio Man and Zeos and Technodad and Steve Huff and all these other guys, especially my friend Jay. A lot of these guys have been at it for a long time. They've earned their way. Their reputation and their network is solid. They get to review and have stuff in all the time. That's not me. I have to do other things. So I'm going to finish my wall. I'm going to listen to some music. I'm going to make some notes on what I'm discovering here. Maybe posting some other sound clips and stuff later on. I wanted to do a talking video because, as you can see in my last few videos, all of the sound demos, all of that stuff gets copyright flagged, and all of them are demonetized for that reason. YouTube is not going to end up making me a lot of money at all, probably a couple of dollars a month at the most, but the way that things are going, none of this is paid for. All of this is just my own effort on my own time for my own reasons, just to share the journey, to talk about stuff, to build a community. All of those things are the reasons why I'm doing it. Nothing is paid. But it's always nice to have a difference of content so that way maybe it will work one day. I can't have sound demos all the time. That's just not advantageous. So, talking video today. Thank you for joining and watching. I'm going to get back to doing these stickers, complete that section, and then try to enjoy the rest of the weekend. It is Sunday. It's noon. I've already done grocery shopping. I've done my laundry. I've done some of the panels already. A lot of stuff. I've been a responsible adult today. I deserve to sit down and listen to music later on. So with that said, thank you for watching this one. I'll check with you soon. In the comments, write anything that's going on. Tell me about your weekend, your system, your dreams, your ambitions, confusions, anything that came up. Let's talk. Make it a discussion. Every video could be something different. So have a great day. Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers out there. Good job, Dad. And we'll talk to you in the next video. Yes? Cool? All right. Awesome. And leave me an opinion. What do you think of the little amp stands? I think they're cool. It's just a little gimmicky sort of thing, you know. Anyways, mini tables, whatever. Who knew? All right. Catch you in the next one.